Hello everyone. I dropped my light. Let's get that perched back up there. I'm still trying to figure out video setup. But my audio quality isn't as good either because we went from the holidays to me being sick, so I haven't done voiceover for any of my new videos yet. But yesterday a Kickstarter arrived, so I'm going to do a bit of a review and first look kind of thing, impressions of that. The Avatar role-playing game Kickstarter ended last year, and shipments are going out, and I got mine yesterday. I got the deluxe edition, really pretty book with Korra on one side and on the other. It's really shiny, a little too shiny for the video even. The first, well, let's look at the things first. Then there's an adventure guide. I haven't looked through it yet, but it's just that. It's a bunch of adventures to play through. There's also 5 adventure booklets that I got. I don't think it comes with any of the pre-order packs. I don't see it listed on the thing. They're probably separate. As well as an expanded play guide. I got a couple of those for some reason. Oh, that's NPCs and such. That's nice. And then I got, the normal one comes with this bag. Both of them come with this bag. And then the deluxe bag from the deluxe bundle. Then the bundles also come with a set of dice. They aren't really needed though, because it uses standard D6s. These just have the symbols on them so that you can have them custom to your character's element. But they're really nice. They're acrylic, resin, plastic, whatever dice. And a pie show tile, just because. I don't think that's not used for gameplay, it's just because pie show. I don't have anything in this bag. Oh, I did. Combat action deck is just another not needed. Just combat seems a little fiddly or strange. I'll get to that. But this is to make it flow better. And then the deluxe dice that come with the deluxe set are really nice. They're a little hard to read at certain angles because of the color shift. They've got a nice sound to them. They feel like metal. Pretty sure they're metal. But yeah, 2 of each kind of those as well. I think the normal dice, it came with 4 of each kind. I'd have to count again. So that's all the components. I also have, I think this came from Hot Topic. These are pretty cool, but they didn't come with this set. I'm just including it because it's still Avatar dice and they're D6s. So I haven't gotten to play yet. That isn't completely obvious because they released the PDF throughout development, and if it weren't still 2023 and I had friends closer and able to, I would have tried to play, but I haven't gotten to play a game yet. But I did read through, or at least skimmed the book in bed last night. Where to put this stuff out of the way right now? Okay. And the system seems pretty interesting. It uses a D6 system. Any of you familiar with GURPS might immediately go, ah, but it's not that complicated. It's a very simple and social, character-driven system by the looks of it. It only uses 2d6. You'll never roll more than 2 6-sided dice. And the basics of everything is scenes and moves. Yeah, there's moves or moves. So yeah, okay. The first quarter of this book is just, yeah. There's the whole book. All of this is what is a role-playing game, what is the world of Avatar. And then all of this is the how to play. So yeah, it looks like this is all how to play. So going through this, just skimming through it, it goes through, it's a very structured. They frame everything in scenes. And basically, if you do something that might fail, like in D&D, you go back into and look at the moves and go and decide which of those you would do. That's clear back here somewhere. I'm not going to try to find it right now. Oh, no, that's right here. Okay. And so basically, plead, intimidate, what would be skills, guide, and comfort. If you do one of those, it will then say, for example, assessing the situation, which would be like perception in D&D. Roll with creativity, and then it has a scaling success, fail, which I always find those nice. So, yeah, you get to ask 2 questions of the DM, for example, if you get 10 plus. But on a normal one, you ask 1 question, 7 to 9. And basically, you roll 2d6, add your bonus, which cannot be more than 4 or less than, more than 4 added or less than, or more than 3 reduced, which is an interesting balancing mechanic there. And then DM decides how it goes, which is, there aren't a lot of moves, but I can see it having a bit of a hard learning curve just because you keep having to referencing the moves. But since it's the GM doing that, if you get a good GM, I could see that being not too bad. Because a lot of times it'll be a matter of, I want to do this, and the GM goes, okay, just like in other RPGs. It also has a fatigue system instead of a health system. So basically 5 fatigue points, you take a condition, you get all the conditions. Again, that goes back to, it's a very social and character-driven role-playing game, which makes sense for a lot of the plots in The Last Airbender shows and books. But yeah, the conditions are supposed to affect your role-playing game and affect what you can do. It also has a balance track between 2 principles you choose. The bending, it specifically says that it's meant to be more of the bending is a supplementary to the role-playing aspect. Again, interesting, but that's a good way to do it because a lot of mechanical stuff into bending, if you could easily get into the weeds there. So that's a good way of doing it. You basically what you do as you're bending is more the role play aspect, and then you roll a more generic. It looks like character creation, a lot of that is based on, instead of classes, they have, where'd it go, playbooks is what they call them. There's a basic overview of that. Idealist. And yeah, it looks like it's mostly personality types. Although it does have some, like, successor, you're the 1%. And that's where you get your principles. And I'm sure you could do a lot of custom stuff too. I saw there's a thing about making your own moves, so I assume, okay, there isn't anything here right in the playbooks about making your own, but I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult if you wanted to. But it looked like it had a pretty good spread. Yeah, here's the GM section. That's the last quarter of the book, it looks like. The main thing I'm seeing is that the balance with the principles and the fatigue might get a little hard to keep track of with NPCs. But it doesn't give you any lack of campaign and adventure ideas. So, oh, and I glazed over the combat. The combat is very similar to the moves. There are 3 different, basically it's kind of tiered, where you choose an exchange, which is defending, observing, or attacking. And then there's 3 moves per exchange that you can do. And then the detail-y stuff you roleplay. But then there's also statuses to determine basically how advantaged or disadvantaged you are in a situation. And then the fatigue is your health system. And you're knocked out of the situation, not killed or anything like that. So yeah, it looks like they did a good job of balancing the kid-friendly aspect of the original Last Airbender with the little more gritty that some of the books get. And they could be a little fiddly, but I'd have to actually play a game first. Hopefully I can get even just a one-shot together with my friends before long, and after I do that, I'll probably make another video with a more review of the actual system, as well as maybe a how to play video after I've gotten a few games under my belt and understand the system. But for now, I'm definitely happy with the actual objects, and from what I'm reading initially, I haven't read through any of the adventure books or even skimmed them to see how they are. But again, after playing some, I'll definitely make another video because I'm happy with this so far, and I'm looking forward to giving it a try. So thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'm sure it comes through in my voice a little bit that I'm still getting over my whatever I had, and hopefully I'll be better enough that next week I will have a video. Where'd I put it? Oh, I can't find it right now. But I made a P-38 model, so that's what next week's video will be the assembly of that. And it was kind of frustrating, but I talk about that in the video, or I will. I haven't done the voiceover yet, like I said. So hopefully I'll have that next week, and then the week after that painting it. And I have a lot of other projects that I can now stop procrastinating on and actually do. So if you want to see those, I'm also going to be soon building a 148 Star Wars Legion scale Imperial Walker. So that'll be a nice big project that hopefully you will look forward to. So be sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff we all know about. And see you next week.